I've been all over the place with stuff, and today was a big day because it was 86 with 86 days left in the year. October 6th with 86 days left in the year. Agent 86, 86 days left in the year. Agent 99, first 99 days of next year takes you to the total solar eclipse. So today was a big day. Nothing happened. You would have been rising on 88, no time to die. Nothing happened. But we just march on. I would tell you tomorrow's still a big day. And but that's yeah, more personal numbering systems. Uh the 15th again is gigantic, but and we've been zeroing in on that date recently, rising on 11/7 or October 17th, which is 117 or 11/7. But I do have a prep I want to look at. The Lavender video that showed Snoop Dogg on the rising day. Wow, 688. 68 is reversal of 86. And then you have your 88. So it really, this just magnifies 11/17 for the event. 2444 days since the release of the video to the rising day. We know that 444 is the church. 37 is the 12th prime number. 12 is the number for the church. And so 37 is that number that goes into 1111, 12, 111, 222, 333, all the way up through 999. So, and the day of the event itself, it's that frontwards and forwards number. It is 2442. It is 686 with the year, months, days, and it is 86 with the months and days. 80 months, 6 days. This is gigantic stuff because that's the Trump video or the Snoop video. Oh, and the seconds, we have 116 backwards, upside down, 911. So it's a lot. That's a big deal. Really puts that 11/17, heavy. 11/25 is heavy. Him rising on 9/27, the Bible verse. Daniel 9/27, abomination of desolation Bible verse. November 9th month, rising on the 90s on the full moon of November 27th. Going down on the day of the Florida State game. Yeah, going down on the Saturday, rising on a Monday. What that would be. That's the full moon. Isn't it? Click, clack. New moon would be on 11/13. The full moon is 9/27 on a Monday. Okay, just making sure I had my days right. Let's keep going. Exit Song by U2. 3/6/88 on the going down day. Okay. What is interesting is on the rising day of the 19th, which is not tied to any moons. We have 13404 for the Book of Revelation. Wow. If you include both dates, that's how many days apart I am from that special person whose number is 113,886 that I continue to show you. Born 3 times 19 times 1998, which divides evenly by 37. 378 or 3078. That's how many days apart we are, if you include both dates. Moon photo looks same as iPad. Oh, yes. This is the solar eclipse. So let's look at this. I'm pretty sure it's the solar. This is not the lunar, is it? Good grief. Let me get everything straight for you. So it does say annular, and so that is the solar. And in the heading, it says October 15th. So watch this. So we look at the orangey, where the moon is smaller than the sun, as they call it. I don't know what eclipses are, to tell you the truth. But because you can't trust NASA. Can't trust their spinning ball globe Earth scenario. So is he summoning? Now, see, iPet Goat, I believe, is like the book of Revelation. It's the same story being told over and over. So it's not in order necessarily. Revelation is mainly in order and yet has repeats of the same story told over and over, but in different ways. And iPet Goat is the same. The AI did it just perfect like that, of course. The Fallen Angels and the technology, the Ghost in the Machine, per the album by the Police in 1981, Ghost in the Machine, which was released on October 2nd, the Donnie Darko day. So, and there is an eclipse next year on October 2nd. Is he summoning the spirit world for this eclipse on October 14th, and the event goes down October 15th on the next day? Which is 115 in their world, as he would rise on October 17th, 117, for the rising Bible verse, Revelation 11:7. And we showed you that in the movie The Dark Knight Rises, that was the Steelers playing the Seahawks during the Big Bang explosion at the football game stadium thing. And it was number 86 running the touchdown before the explosion. So what they're really showing you is the 86ing. And that game was played in 2021 on October 17th. And the score was 2023. So are they saying the 86ing takes place on October 15th, but so that the rising would take place on the 17th? The date of the game, Dark Knight Rises game, 2023 was the score. The Dark Knight Rises on October 17th, 2023. That's what they're telling you. But they knew we would be doing this. So did they just throw out another fake, false breadcrumb? But it is interesting. That's what they show you. The same color, the same blocking out. I guess it would be more like about that one. That's the one. That's the one. That's the match. So what are you going to do with all that? Just another breadcrumb. 311/322 iPet Goat to the 15th. So iPet Goat, let's punch it. If you include both dates, its official release date, not the one on their YouTube channel that they took down, but the official release date for the 15th, the day of the event, October 15th. Not only is it 99, 144 in the hours, but it's 11 years, 3 months, 22 days. You have 311 coding or March 11th coding, which is also 33 coding, 11 times 3. But it's fused with 322 because it's 11 years, 3 months, 22 days, 322. The rising day. Y'all ready for this? Bono. 13 days. 4, 1, 3, 3 in the days for the rising, which is Revelation 13:3. The deadly wound, but did live. This is Gigantica. So that's 2 Gigantica things. There's the blown up version, 11:3 fused with 322. And I don't even have it blown up for you about the 4-1-3-3, but 133 is 13:3. 133 is 13:3. Revelation 13:3. It's the first time deadly wound is mentioned, and it says, and did live. So it's an 86ing number and a rising number, the 13:3 code or 313 code. Retrograde City, this email to myself is spoken. Let's look at it right now. GMT time, October 7th. So over in England, it is 6 or 7 minutes after midnight. Look at all these retrogrades. Jupiter's in retrograde, Saturn's in retrograde, Uranus is in retrograde, Neptune is in retrograde, Pluto is in retrograde, True Node is in retrograde, Chiron is in retrograde. More items in retrograde than not. Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, not in retrograde. Everything else on this current planet's chart is in retrograde. Astrology is of the devil, just like everything else. But they use it. It's their world. It is interesting that right now when we click, Sun 13 degrees, Libra, Moon 18 degrees, Cancer. Well, 1318 code is Revelation 13:18, the 666 Bible verse. That's crazy. He is crazy. That's crazy. But thank you, Lord, for that. We know what's coming. 2001, 666 and 13. 2001, A Space Odyssey. Let's punch the tickets. Hmm. 8.3. So it's all about murder, isn't it? Remember that 3. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to take a look at the 4269 on James Bond's car tag in No Time to Die. That's special number 42. 14 generations plus 14 generations plus 14 generations through to Jesus. I believe it's Matthew that gives you all that. Adds up to 42. 42 is that Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy special number. What's the secret to the universe? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. We're going to take a look at that movie also, release date.
Yeah, it's good.
You're not going to like it, what the secret to the universe is. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it.
You're not going to like it.
Do I need to turn up volume? Hang on.
Yes, but you're not going to like it.
It doesn't matter. We must know. Let's turn off the subtitles. Hello.
No. All right. The answer to the ultimate question.
What is the secret to the universe by the AI? The Ghost in the Machine is telling everybody. Oh, they can't wait. They've been waiting for centuries. I think for like millions of years for this.
Of life, the universe, and
Yep. Commentary, fair use, educational purposes. Don't want a copyright strike.
everything is
The secret to everything is the secret to everything in the universe. Yep. Commentary, yep.
42.
And Bond's car tag has that 4269. So we're going to get to that too in today's prep. 2001 A Space Odyssey, though, 83 murder code. That's what I wanted to go over with y'all. The murder code. Murder was the case that they gave me. I'm starting to see so much which does pertain to this 4269 James Bond car tag. See the 399 in Gematria? Now the 79, that was the day Earl was murdered. His address was 38. The car tag that he was arguing with his mom over when she shot and killed him, apparently he put his hands on her. And 34. And remember, Trump is 48, or is it Donald Trump is 48? But I see 34 and 48 fused together all the time. And so it's Donald Trump is the 48. And that's why that 48 car was winning at NASCAR and setting all those records, because it was Donald Trump. $138, but the full reduction is the 48. Reverse ordinal, 159. But there's your 60. Now this 589, October 9th, I'm telling you, just keep an eye out. Because Trump is 888. His gematria also comes to 1189. I believe it is with a Donald J. Trump. And I've been over all that stuff in the personal realm before. Not going to get into it anymore. But if we go Donald J. Trump, see that 89 is a big deal in that personal realm. His Jewish gematria is 1189. It's 888 in the English. 148, 176. That's just gigantic. Anywho. And that's another reason that today was a big day. Today is day 279. And 79 is murder code. Remember, Earl died on May 8th, 1978. 79. And she got off saying self-defense, but that's telling me it was murder, because the address where it took place was 3803, which is 38 fused with 83 on day 7912. 38 also in the zip code. Again, the address was 3803 33881, which is my zip code. That's 38s, 88s, 83s. You times that by Earl's number, because he's 7 times 27 times 1960, and you've got the 89, you've got the 88, you've got the 87, and you even have the 90. So I tell you, the 89, all the personal stuff, and I'm not going to get into it, but if you've been with me a long time, then you know, but my personal life, I've always been a numbers person. In the Bible, there's a book of numbers. God is math. He is numbers. Of course, he's more than that, but he's very mathematical. Everything is very finite. Does it even say that he's numbered the hairs on your head, or that he's counted them or knows the number? God knows the number of hairs on your head, Bible verse. So it's Matthew 10. I want to get it in the King James, though. So it's Matthew 10, 30 and 31. Matthew 10, 30 and 31. But yet the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Tell me God's not math. My favorite number was 24. I showed you all the pictures of me with a kid, always wearing that 24 jersey. And then I find out a year ago, Jesus is 2424 in Strong's Concordance. It's always been the plan. My address was 404 Lime Street. Numbers have been my life, but it's all been about these end of days. Earl's death, everything. My divorce, just everything. It's fascinating. So 2001, A Space Odyssey, 4/3/1968. If you run it to this October 15th date, you do have 20283. There's your 83 motor code. It's 666 months and 12 days. On the rising, 666 and 14 days. Well, that's 666 fused with 614, which is his birthday. So they really want us to think he's going down on the 15th, rising on the 17th. Day after the solar. Look at the hours based off the movie, The Hours. 4/86. Remember, he's 48, and it says he's being 86, comma, 792. So it's 79, 86 with 48, all in the hours. Wow. That's fascinating. So I want eclipses in here. When we look at this 2024 eclipse, that is on October 2nd. Do they, is that why they have that date? Because there is an annular solar, which is what we have on the 14th, coming up on October 2nd next year. That's rising toward the election, isn't it? That's almost an exact month before the election, which I do believe is on 11/3. We have to look at all that, don't we? Sure do. And so if they're getting scammy, the full moon is on October 17th next year, or 11/7. He would go down on October 15th next year. The solar eclipse is October 2nd, the Donnie Darko date. So the 2023 score was a scam. It would actually be 2024. So they did a lying breadcrumb. You see how big all this sets up for next year. It's the exact same eclipse that we have coming up. So it matches the iPet goat. But the full Hunter's moon is on October 17th next year. It's a big deal. It's a big deal, isn't it? That's a big deal. The other release date, 666 months and 13 days, 46, 8, 4, 8, 6, 8, 1, 6 in the hours. So it's all very interesting for this coming, but again, could be nothing. You see how this could all be next October. From Ring of Fire to 1117. So the Ring of Fire eclipse to 1117 is 34 days. 34 is the number for murder. So this goes back to 1117. So we're seeing a lot of stuff in this video. This will be in the playlist for 1117 and the playlist for the October 15th date, or the October 15th event date, I think we call it. Go to playlist, October 15th event date, November 17th event date. That one has 13 videos. It'll have 14. That October 15th has 4 videos. It'll have 5. Deadly Wound, October 26th playlist has 18 videos. It doesn't look like any of my prep. Doesn't look like I was searching out anything for those dates. And I should have been. So here's your 4269 James Bond car tag. James Bond car tag, No Time to Die, 4269.
According to Limited 100, for James Bond film No Time to Die, Bond switched his license plate from the usual BMT 216A, 214A to A426900 whilst in Italy.
When he was in Italy. 216, of course, is 6 times 6 times 6. The A is for Antichrist. 214 is the 214th verse, Deadly Wound, but did live. 214th verse of Revelation with the A, Antichrist. And then you have 4269. Now, we showed you how on the divorce date of Groundhog Day. Now, Groundhog Day is going to be a big deal also. February 1st, 2nd, 3rd. February 3rd, big time. And I'm telling you something about February 3rd. That's when everything went back to normal, when he broke that would be like a rising day, wouldn't it? Go down on February 1st, rise on February 3rd when in the movie. So looking at next year, that's a big deal. The car tag, though, the 4269, there it is. A 426900. There we go. So is that just telling us that the 26th? That's 2 days before the full moon that he would rise through? For that other James Bond card tag that had 1026 that we've shown you many times. So this list of prime numbers, this 4269, it only has 2 factors. They're both prime numbers, 3 and 1423. Each have 42. But 222 is the 1399 prime number. 222 is murder code 399. 1399 as a prime number. I just thought that was interesting. It's not that big a deal. But as far as prime numbers go, 3 and 1423. 3 is the second prime number. And 1423 is there's 221, 222 is 1399. It is the 224 prime number. Anyway, no big deal. None of this is. We're just looking at stuff. Glad y'all are here. I think we're done. Let me check real quick. I do need to go back and look at Get Out, Us, and You Should Have Left, which were all Jason Blum produced movies. But we might as well at least get his birthday and run it through everything. It's February 20th, 1969. Let's run it by this one event date, this coming October 15th, 19960 in the days. 47904. Nothing big. Let's go to 1117. Because he would have been chosen to do this for a reason. 19993. Including both dates, 19996 if you include both dates to the rising day. Runs to the 25th, 2 days before the full moon. Wow. 20001. Well, it sure is an interesting coincidence, isn't it? The eve of the event, he would be an even 20,000 days old. An even 20,000 on the eve of the event. That's crazy. All right, then we're going to run it to December. We're also going to look at that February 1st date I was talking to you about. I know there was something I wanted to show you, but we look at next year. 20069. And it's very possible his birthday just means nothing. Let's look at Trump for that date next year. The day after Groundhog Day, when everything gets back to normal. In the movie Groundhog Day, that would be when he rises, of course. That's what that's all about. Trump will be 7/7/7/18, 7/18. This is gigantic. This is everything I would have wanted it to have been. Him going down next year on the eve of Groundhog Day. He's 28356. There's your 83 code murder, but he's 77 years, 7 months, 18 days. 7/18. He would be rising. That's when The Dark Knight came out. He would be rising on 2/3. When the guy woke up and was back to normal, he'll be 77 years, 7 months, 20 days. There's your 720 code for July 20th. Dark Knight Rises. This is just... I can't even remember what threw me into that. It was personal stuff. It was personal stuff that threw me into that. Now he will be 77, 7, and 7 in January, but 4 7s don't matter. What matters are the 3 7s. And you have it. Now you know why the Dark Knight came out on 7/18, why Porsche 911 and Porsche 718. The summer gun going down on February 1st of next year. Rising on the 3rd, he'd be rising on the Saturday, he'd be going down on Thor Day. In the movie, Thor had a right eye, a patch. His right eye was utterly dark and he had a patch over his right eye. This is big. Want to start a new playlist, aren't we? Yes, we is. All right, love you. We saved the best for last, didn't we?